Alright guys, welcome to Skype. Why'd you have to do that to me now? Welcome to another game called The Clearing. This is a walking simulator game made on Unreal Engine 4. And some of you may wonder, well, what's the good of a walking simulator? Well, if you haven't seen me play Homesick, which is kind of a walking simulator, or Nico Third Train, which is also kind of like a walking simulator, or Drizzle Path, or other walking simulator like games I've played. Basically, it's like you're basically chilling through something. You're walking through an already made scenery, but you're able to interact with certain things. So it's not totally pointless what you're doing. And it's taking forever to load, but nice Jeep. Wow, this music is awesome. So, basically, I'm already getting a homesick vibe just looking around with this piano music in the background. Basically, we can explore anywhere. According to the description, we're looking for a cabin that supposedly doesn't exist. So we're going to just wander around, I guess. You guys can feel free to sit back and enjoy the music. Oh yeah, another game would be Colette. Colette is a walking simulator horror game. Mark played it, and so did I. Mark kind of beat me to the punch of it, though, so I can't run. So we're just to live with walking.
My father was a writer, not just some drudge writer. He was a writer whose books were actually selling. The whole of my life, from the moment when, as a small kid, I could watch, listen, and remember he was a role model, an example, and a hero whom I could become myself. Even though he had never been outpouring and showing his love, neither to me nor to my mother, I still believed that he loved us. I couldn't be more wrong. Three years ago, Stan Gresh died. His body was found beside the gates of San Francisco National Cemetery, where his parents had been buried. An autopsy showed the presence of several different kinds of amphetamine in my father's blood. Nobody knows what he was doing in the cemetery. He told us that he was going to meet his publisher to hand him his last work. The manuscript was never found.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'm loving this already. I could play this all day. Just the music in the background, the person talking.
A year after the father, my mother passed away. A cancer. The last months were real torment. Non-stop under the influence of morphine that caused hallucinations, in which my father played the main character. From narcotic dreams, she often woke up screaming a name. He was the hero of the first of Father's best-selling books, a combative conspirator who defeated a bad Yankee in a duel about a woman.
Interesting. Basically, every time we find something that matters, we end up being teleported back.
To my great surprise, a month ago, the tax office sent me a reminder, urging to pay the tax on the land somewhere in Montana. It was addressed to my father. In his scant testament, he didn't say a word about a property in the mountains. Father's things, I didn't find anything, even though I looked literally everywhere. I found the title deed written on a napkin from Wendy's, in the trunk that Father used as a twisted desk, which was full of old papers and magazines. The act, written with red lipstick, referred to some cottage and its surroundings, high in the Rocky Mountains. In the truck, except for a spotty, moldy Kerouac's book on the road, I found also a journal. It described a lot more than just my father's hippie part of life. Oh yeah, certainly a lot more.
What did it describe, my great narrator? Oh, great narrator. You have me intrigued.
I've always wanted to be a writer, as my father, but I had a scientific mind. I couldn't find a subject. When I read the first few pages of the journal, I knew that I'd found great material for a novel. Don't know why, call it an intuition. I thought that I would go to this marvelous cottage, get in the mood, and the book would be a bestseller.
Yes, writer's block is a curse. I should know as a writer.
At last, the picturesque light of the setting sun. I got to a little wooden bridge on the verge of a dense forest, over a rough mountain brook.
Birds. Ugh. I was so immersed in that piano music that when those birds flew by, I literally jumped 2 feet in the air. Not bad. Great. Oh, this will be helpful a lot. I'm just checking now, we're doing on time. That's not terrifying at all.
On the fourth night, there was the first autumnal snowfall. In September, fucking mountains. And this clogged chimney, absolutely no draft. I have no idea what we've stuck in it. On the other hand, maybe I don't want to know. I stoked the furnace in the kitchen, just so that I finish eternally on the road and move to California for the winter.
Cool.
In the library, there are many original books defending slavery. I don't expect that Billy has been an amateur of such biased novels and stories. Before him, there must have lived somebody a lot smarter. Can it be that his legendary grandfather was a Southerner? I'll have to burn this nonsense someday. Starting with lectures on the philosophy and practice of slavery.
Huh. OJ!
I'm moving out from the ground floor. I can't ride here. All fragments of eternally on the road seem to be completely false, exactly as they expected. All the time something distracts me, some creaking and clatter. Even acid buzz is not as nice, joyful and mind-opening as usual. I feel that I'm experiencing something evil. Something is wrapping its slavish tentacles around here.
Cthulhu?
Another unwillingly sleepless night. Another pile of manuscripts. I read what I wrote in the middle of the night. I never had similar thoughts, and when I'm reading this turning into a weeper book. Tragedy.
Tragedies aren't that bad. I'm just checking out how much more. Hold on time again. But this guy was a writer. I can't pick on him for his choice of stuff.
Tonight I had a dreadful fucking nightmare. Or is it true? It's all because of Persian. I dreamt that I woke up, and leaning over me was an old soldier and Billy, but somehow younger. I can't move, tied with leather straps, and they are tormenting Yvonne. Poor Yvonne. Beating and raping in turn. I think I've never stopped loving her. to the basement again. When I turned on the light, I almost got scared. Everything was in apple pie, or as if someone had come and tidied it up. Should have been, I saw leather straps attached to a stone wall. I quickly took all the reserves and I locked the basement.
Oh boy. What did this guy do to himself?
Yesterday I went for another crate of wine, probably made by Billy's father. It was long after dark when, sprinkled with snow, I went for the expedition to the cellar for more wine. Inside, I heard a whimper out of the rows of bottles. Quickly, I packed my backpack and promptly went outside. Swinging the lamp before me, I got back to the house in no time. Once I had uncorked the liquor, I decided that it surely was my heroin giving me signs that it had been missing me. It was that whimper to my ear, that sounds that didn't exist. Nice. Maybe I'll write about it in Eternally on the Road.
Poor guy's slowly losing his mind, I think. Oh, I can't play the keys? That's so unrealistic.
I'm running out of food. I must go to the town. Maybe tomorrow, when this little bit of snow thaws, because I doubt that my little pickup could make it out. At least I found wine in this old cellar besides a cup's. Quite good, I must admit, and in a very large quantity.
It says amount, but he says quantity. That's fine.
I've been clean for 2 days already, except my Persian friend, opium. I feel like a mental leper, like a stinking shit, but at least I can objectively judge my wish-wash, which really is a juggy mound of steaming feces.
Uh-oh.
This morning, I looked over the cellar. I could have sworn that around the lonely beach which is between the shed and the cellar, there were footmarks of a horse, and a number of shod feet. Although I'm not sure. Maybe it's all because of lack of the substance. Anyway, the cellar is a relic of some older Trappist shed. It's bigger than I've thought, and, I hope, full of wine.
We'll be right back, guys.